Round 18 is dedicated to the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin, and we are underway in the NTFL. Last round before the finals, bounce down. Seb Gilhouse for Nightcliff taking his place in the centre circle against Tyler Ames from Darwin. 7 changes to the Buffaloes for this week. Your commentators joining me, I'm Ashley Manakaris. Joining me is 2-time Nichols medalist Jared Eilert, and on our boundary is Peter Atkinson. Jared, this should be a challenging test for the Buffaloes tonight.
Absolutely. They had a slow start against Waratahs last week, so they can't afford that against Nightcliff, who have actually been the competition front runners. They've led the competition for most of the season, so a good test for them. See if they can get 2 wins in a row before finals.
And umpire Brodie Rayner paying a 50-metre penalty straight up. Big changes for Nightcliff. Before that, though, Peter, down there, the conditions look absolutely perfect for playing.
Oh, I don't think they could be any better, Ashley. Good call. The track is just about perfect, and very slight breeze to the right of screen, the direction that Nightcliff are kicking at the moment.
As we see them go forward for the first time, and it's through Patrick White. Some of the big names out for Nightcliff include their coach Troy Coates, their captain Nathan Brown, who hasn't played for a couple of weeks, and is also Kwame McCarg up forward, and Fraser Thurlow. Big names out. Darwin, though, repel and will bring it out wide through Joey Collinson on that far wing. The square again here at TIO Stadium, moved over to that far side. And for those of you who tuned in last week, you would have seen we've had a lot of rain, but the ground has responded beautifully. Free kicks found. Jalen Clark. In fact, play-on's call. Clark's now making the tackle. Tyler Ames, the stand-in ruckman, got the headband on tonight. Interesting as well, young Cossack. Kale Cossack took the toss for Nightcliff.
That would be a tremendous thrill for him, and something that he'd be quite proud of. Cossack from the Katherine region, plays for East down there, and I'm sure his family will be absolutely proud that tonight he gets the opportunity to captain the Nightcliff Football Club.
And your 3 umpires tonight are Paul Matthews and Brodie Rayner, who will wear number 6, Paul Matthews in number 1. And Mark Holford, and pretty much all of Mark Holford's family will be laughing at me calling him by his correct name this week. Gilhouse takes front position and taps it away. Ames is in there. So too is Erlitzson. A quick handball over the head, no good. A little bit slippery early on. Brodie Philo picks it up, can't clear it out. And the ball goes out of bounds. And guiding it out there was one of the changes, which is Liam Holtz-Fitz. Fitz-Holtz for Nightcliff. He gets his second touch and a quick kick, but Phil Wills smothers and clears it away. Jaden Shaw can't grab it. Cleaned up by Sambono back after a couple of weeks out for Darwin. Sends it up into that forward 50. Clark roving, picks up, tries to palm one off and still gets a hand away, and it's Williams. Across the face and has hit that far point post and will be thrown in.
2 players for Buffaloes in that passage of play. Philip Wills, Damien Williams are going to be instrumental if Buffaloes are going to get over the line tonight. Matthew Campbell, another key player for the Darwin Buffs. And if they want to, have control of their destiny, they're going to have to put in a good performance and look to win this game.
Well, the thing about Darwin is they pretty much secured their final 5th spot last week. In the dying seconds of that game, as Erlitzson regathers a miss kick, sends it in and lines up at goal, but it's gone off out of bounds on the full. So that's the first real shot at goal that you could talk of. Williams across the face, but that was open goal and he's missed that.
Again, scoreboard pressure in the early stages of the game are going to be crucial for Darwin Buffaloes.
Well, Gilhouse got his hands on it and will be rewarded with a mark. Peter, it's good for Nightcliff to have Sebastian Gilhouse back in that side.
Oh, a crucial player, and to be able to get a game under his belt before the finals, I don't think he's played since about round 12 or somewhere around there, so he's missed about 6 games. The 2 interesting aspects, the Nightcliff Guernsey tonight looks more like a Hawthorn Guernsey, but it is black and gold, and there are some very young players in both sides tonight. The clubs have replaced rested some of their players, but replaced them with up-and-comers.
Well, the Nightcliff Guernsey marking the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin.
The Darwin Buffaloes get another forward entry, and Damien Williams on the end of it. Good skills, see if he can convert.
It's just drifting off to that right-hand side, through for a point. So here we are, 5 minutes gone.
Looks like the breeze, even though Peter said that the Nightcliff are kicking with the breeze, goal scoring from that end is going to be difficult because the breeze looks like it's going across the ground.
There's that stand-in captain tonight, Cale Cossack, swings onto his left, up for Lockwood, takes a chest mark, plays on the call. They've got the runner, Ash Duncan, who bumps in, but manages to get away. A great handball to Julian Lockwood, looking for Bricknell, the youngster. Paddy Taban playing up forward tonight, bumped off by Savika. Picking it up there was Coco Nicky, one of their leading goal scorers. He gets it back, then Borks. Now he sends it back across to Duncan, who has a mile in front of him, but decides to hold up and go back and have a kick.
Very deliberate and very clean skills by Nightcliff in that build-up in the forward entry there. Ash Duncan, even though running into a teammate, he had the quick hands to Julian Lockwood, and they just looked very, very clean in that passage of play.
Very sharp passage of football as Ash Duncan goes back. Goal umpire takes 1 or 2 steps to the right, signals the all clear. So we've got our first goal of the night, and Nightcliff, 1 goal, 6 points to Darwin's 1 point. We've gone 6.5 minutes.
So even though Darwin Buffaloes have had 3 forward entries and basically 3 shots on goal, they haven't been able to convert. Nightcliff go down the other end, pick the major.
Peter, you mentioned some of the young players. I see that young Nelson Sontag is making his debut tonight.
Yes, got a terrific record through their junior ranks, has come through their grades, so he's another win for their junior program. They're very proud of it. But a very talented young man. He's played plenty of representative underage football.
Guildhouse versus Ames. Sontag playing for making his debut for Nightcliff. Erlandson soccers it off. Paul Campbell in there with a bit of body. Oh, now it's picked up by Moo. Time, quick hands away. And he goes out wide, looking for his teammate. Holdstock. 2 on 2. Collinson will run away with it. Left foot, long. Punched away. And they get out of trouble there, and that was Bowles coming back to clean up. Interesting mix-up here. We've got Paddy Taban, who was playing up forward earlier, and we've got Danny Bowles, who played up forward a couple of weeks ago, playing up back.
Yeah, you're right. Taban normally in the ruck or down back. Yes, that's the luxury of where Nightcliff are at the moment. They can play some young players, and they can rotate some players through positions they don't traditionally play in the lead up to finals.
Free kick's been found. We'll go to Brody Philo. I suggest that's a hold. Philo will have a look, although everyone's pretty marked up at the moment. So he just decides to run around his player on the mark and then looks in short for Lockwood, but it goes over his head. Erlandson, who's had a little bit of the ball early, can't pick it up, so taps it forward. Now he can collect it, but he gets bailed up and it goes out of bounds. Ball will be thrown in. Just 8.5 minutes gone. 1 goal kick so far. Both sides just feeling each other out. Conditions perfect for football. Gillhouse has done a mountain of work early. Philo under pressure. Now he gets a quick hands out. Ash Duncan, the goal scorer. Coming through, got taken high, and out of zone free kick's been paid to Liam Holt-Fitz. He goes out wide, finds Shaw. They come out in front of the Morris Rioli grandstand. Taban got one hand on it, then recovers. Takes the hip and shoulder of Campbell. Gives it off to a teammate, but they've got it away. Here now comes Sambono. Sambono looking for Williams. Dragged off it, kept his feet, recovered, clever. Did this a couple of times last week, then back to Sambono, caught under pressure. He dives on it. Williams comes in to help out again. They'll clear it out of there through Emery. Punched away, though, by Savika.
Geez, Buffaloes looked like they were through then, but great defence, and there are a lot of young players, inexperienced players for Nightcliff in the back line, but they're holding their own so far.
Peter, Damien Williams up forward has the potential to win the game off the boot for the Buffs tonight, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he'd be their main target along with Anderson, I would have thought, but he could play either end tonight just with their balance of the side. He's best suited up forward.
Hagan looks over Sambono, who overruns it and crashes into Ash Duncan along the way. Cameron Stokes, first time we've really seen him tonight with the headgear on. Wrapped up. Anderson through traffic, but had just got his kick smothered. Bad luck to him. Nalkin cleans up. And they steady it down. Centre half forward, the Tigers. Good pass over the top. And that's Farrell Nelson. He was electric a couple of weeks ago against St Mary's, was Isaiah Farrell Nelson.
He basically kept them in the game and kicked some amazing goals, and the crowd absolutely loved it. But he has the ability. I guess you got Damien Williams up one end for Buffs. He's got the ability for Nightcliff down this end to kick an absolute bag tonight.
Farrell Nelson goes back and kicks from 45, and it's pretty good. They've had two shots, both in front. Both have gone through. 2 straight goals for the Tigers. They go to 12 points. Just 11 minutes gone, and Darwin 1 point, but they've had their opportunities, the Buffaloes.
This is the smother from Anderson. Fortunately, just not getting the ball over the players. That's Patrick Cossack in the replay, kicking the ball forward to Mummery. To Mummery. And in that build-up of play as well, the transfer, as soon as the ball went forward for Nightcliff, their players were prepared to run and get into that space in the forward line. And I was just watching the Buffaloes midfield, they weren't prepared to run back in defence. So they're going to have to address that.
We've got a restart back in the middle. Interestingly, umpire number 6 there, Brodie Rayner, is in fact on the AFL women's panel. So he'll be going off and umpiring interstate very shortly. He'll probably have one of the games that come here. One of 3 from the Northern Territory that have made that Women's League panel. Farrell Nelson, the goal kicker, gives a handball away. Hagan, though, there's 3-on-1. Hagan took Farrell Nelson high and late, but was let go. Play on's the call. Overrunning it, Paul Campbell gives it back to Collinson. You talk about the runners. Jalen Clark's come up from half-back. Not much for him, so he's got to go back in short again to Collinson. Moroney was in the middle on his own, but he went long down the line looking for Anderson. Well, Nalkin just got absolutely cleaned up there by his own teammate, which is the youngster Nelson Sontag. And the ball will be thrown in about 70 metres around from goal. Taban's moved into the ruck for Nightcliff, giving Gilhouse a quick break. He gets a hurried kick away back into the centre of the ground. Stokes comes out the better of the bounce. Finds his skipper, Phil Wills. And he picks out Williams.
And that's with Cameron Stokes feeding the ball to Philip Wills. Now, Philip Wills traditionally plays on ball, but it was a master stroke by coach Mark Motlop to put pretty much all the midfield in their forward line and basically lock it into their forward line. If you remember, the second half was pretty much played in Buff's forward 50. Yeah. And again, we see passages of last week with Wills across half forward.
Damien Williams makes no mistake. And the Buffaloes get one back, but they still trail. 2 straight goals, 12 Nightcliff. Lead Darwin, 1 goal, 1-7 at the 14-minute mark. Peter Atkinson, Damien Williams on the end of that.
Yeah, he just showed his class there. As we've mentioned many times, he spent a couple of years at GWS before heading back here a couple of years ago. Very talented player. And good skills. I was surprised he missed one earlier, but he made up for it then.
Just watching this matchup in the background between Farrell Nelson and Michael Hagan, and it's something that's going to have to, the coaches are going to have to step in here because they're both crucial players to their teams come finals. You don't want them getting suspended.
Taban got his hands on it. Free kick is gone, and it's gone against Farrell Nelson or Ash Duncan. And in fact, it'll go to the Buffaloes in the middle of the ground. Advantage being paid. So the ball will go back to, looks like it will go to actually Collinson. No.
Williams up the ground.
It's Williams up the ground, the goal kicker. Now he finds Joey Collinson. So it's just, you would have to think the Nightcliff players just got suckered in a little bit there, Jared.
Yeah, I don't think it was his direct opponent. It was a teammate attempting to assist, and he didn't assist.
It could cost them here.
Well, with assistance like that, as Taban leads the race for the ball in front of Clark, soccers it on, cleaned up by Moroney beautifully. Got to hurry his left foot kick, but he puts it high and up and in. It stayed in and just gone inside that 50. Picked up by Sambono and inside out, left foot kicks through the goals.
Or from an undisciplined act up the other end. And the Buffaloes make them pay. What a brilliant goal.
How exciting is Adam Sambono, Peter Atkinson?
Oh, he's just he brings people to the footy, that type of player. Hasn't been in good form since only playing irregularly. He lives out in a community that's cut off by all the weather we've had, so tonight's run is really critical for him. That was just so clever, that goal. Fantastic.
Just a tremendous goal. So Darwin edges ahead. 2 goals won, 13 points, 16 and a half minutes gone. Nightcliff, 2 straight goals. Confidence booster from the young bloke.
See, Damien Williams, he's obviously got a big task of him, or big ask from the coach of him tonight, where he's going to be up forward, he's going to be in the ruck, he's going to be here everywhere.
Well, yeah, he's gone into the ruck. He's up against Skillhouse. Then Brodie Philo just runs it away and sends it in short, looking for Lockwood. He can't take it. Moroney, instrumental in that last goal, cleaning it up for the Buffaloes. Gets it. Hurried right foot kick, though. It gets chopped up. It'll be Filippini. He gives it across. And the Tigers have brought it across through the midfield, through Kale Cossack, to Patrick White. White's gone in short. He's picked out Mummery. Peter Mummery is still only 16, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they've got 3 or 4 that are the top level of their particular age group. It's a good test for him.
Not a bad looking kick. We're right behind it here, and it just guides itself through that left-hand post. And the Tigers get their 3rd and take the lead back. 18 minutes gone here in the first term. Tremendous kick from the youngster. 3 goals, 18 points. Plays Darwin 2 goals, 1, 13.
Just clean skills again and good execution by foot from Nightcliff. Just Bus were filling the holes, pushing back to the defensive zone, but Mummery was left all alone, and he just showed his class beyond his years. He's actually the youngest player to debut for NT Thunder at 15 years of age last year. So he's a handy player, and I think the Darwin Buffaloes crowd were giving him an earful.
And he didn't listen. Tyler Raines with a handball out to Wills. Wills, quick hands, punched away though. Nightcliff try and regather. Philo dives, can't pick it up. Free kick's been found, and it'll go to Philo for a push in the back. No. In fact, it'll go to Danny Bowles. Bowles now finds Philo, who had space out on the wing, into Bricknell. Got one hand on it. Moroney, though, picked up the crumbs. Short kick was for Clark. Doesn't one grab it, then drags his opponent back. Let go by the umpire. And a high tackle's been found, and it'll go to Clark. Clark, terrible possession, terrible kick. He's got to hurry it in the end. Kicks it out to space. And leading the race to the ball was Fitzholtz.
That's just the small difference at the moment where Nightcliff are actually hitting that target. Their stat kick was on. Jalen Clark absolutely had a free player across half forward for Buffs. Didn't quite hit the target.
He had it spent before he got rid of it. Gillhouse diving. Cossack looking for Lockwood, off his hands, loose. Picking it up was Bradley Stokes, the handball out, but it's come to bounce to Duncan, Ash Duncan. Duncan over the top, gives it to his teammate Coco Nicky, who despite the attention of Moroney, puts it through for a goal. His 15th for the season, Coco Nicky.
It's a great attack by Julian Lockwood there, coming out of centre half forward, and when you've got big men that will attack the footy like that, you can have confidence of getting front and centre. Even though Buffs win the handball, straight to a Nightcliff player and just an easy chip over to Coco Nicky.
Well, deadly accurate. 4 straight goals, 24 points, plays 2 goals, 1-13. We're into time on. Darwin clawed their way back in front midway through the term. Nightcliff reasserted themselves, got it back. Gillhouse versus Ames, one out by Gillhouse. Philo's in there. So too is Cossack, wrapped up by Matty Campbell. Comes back to Philo, hurried kick high, long. Duncan using his body, can't gather it. Oh, good pressure from Ash Duncan. Missed kick, but it comes out into the middle. Woodley goes out wide to Moroney. Just chips it over the top, looking for runners at bounces, so they have to play on here. That was Sambono over to Hagan, 2 speedsters. Michael Hagan with a long kick forward, looking for Damien Williams. But Patrick Cossack is equal to it and will punch it out of bounds. Peter, on paper, would you say Darwin is the quicker of the 2 sides? As the ball comes in, it's chopped off, and that's Erlitzson. He missed one earlier, but he won't miss from there. And the Buffs get a much-needed goal. 3 goals, 1. They advance to, but they still trail 4 goals straight. Nightcliff, 24 points, 22 and a half minutes gone in this first term. Peter, in terms of pace, do you think that Darwin on paper would be a quicker of the 2 sides?
Just watching the replay here, Ash, that sometimes all you got to do is get the ball forward, and luck's a fortune for Alex Erlinson. He was never going to miss that one, make amends for the previous shot at goal. But it's almost part of their game plan for Darwin Buffaloes, just to get the ball on the forward line, and even if it's a ball up, even if it's a boundary throw-in, they're in the right field position, and they're actually pretty dangerous. And I'd love to know the stats around conversion of stoppages inside their 50 to goals. They, as we saw last week, they had a lot of boundary throw-ins and ball-ups inside their 50.
Ash Duncan gets that clearance away, courtesy of Sebastian Gillhouse. But the Buffs send it back out. Erlitzson trying to tap it on. Everyone's in there with body at the moment. Bradley Stokes can't get it. Ryan Moo, one of the quickest men on the field, can't pick it up cleanly, and the ball has gone out of bounds.
Ryan Moo has started the game really well, actually, and he'll be looking to build some confidence as part of his finals campaign starting next week. A player that certainly worked hard through the junior ranks at Nightcliff Footy Club, and he made his debut at age 15 in the NTFL in season 2014-15.
Cameron Stokes with great body there. Gives it off to the runner Sambono, who has a bounce, can't regather it now. He's got his Phil Wills with a short pass looking for Williams. He brings it down in front for his teammates. Anderson was in there, so was Nalkin for Nightcliff though. Cleaned up by Danny Bowles. They'll get it out of the defensive, relieve some pressure for them. Erlitzson though, in there, causing havoc for Ash Duncan for Nightcliff. Patrick White If you've just joined in and you're looking at these Nightcliff jumpers and thinking to yourself, what's going on here? They look like Hawthorn jumpers. In fact, they're the old Works and Housing jumpers, and they've brought them back to mark that 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. Retro jumpers. The kick is across the face. Williams, he keeps one away with composure, comes back to Paul Campbell, who delicately puts it on the left boot. It hits the post though.
Paul Campbell, just like his brother Matthew, very clever in front of goal. Unfortunately, just hitting the post on that occasion.
First gamer, Nelson Sontag. His kick got intercepted by Adam Sambono. First game back for a few weeks, Adam Sambono for Darwin. Looking for Stephen Anderson. It's 4-on-1. Play on is the call, touched. Patrick Taban comes in and helps out. Handball not really going anywhere. Good strong bodies in there though. Moo wrapped up by Matty Campbell. Cleaned up though by Nightcliff, Danny Bowles. Looking for Lockwood. Front position, punched away by Ames for Darwin. Stokes in there to help out his team, and then puts a hard body on Ryan Moo. And a free kick's been found. It's going to go to Filipponi. Hayden.
Yeah, just looking at that hit, that bump from Stokes on Ryan Moo.
Good solid.
Gonna be a bit winded and sore tomorrow, I think, after that one.
Came straight off, but he's pretty tough young man, and he'll be okay. He'll return.
He certainly will be very tough.
Cameron Stokes adds an enormous amount of value to that as the siren sounds to end the first term here. Nightcliff lead 4 goals straight, 24 points against Darwin, 3 goals to 20.
Commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin by purchasing your very own limited edition number plate. All proceeds from the sale will be donated to Legacy NT. To order, visit or call AANT on 08 8925 5901. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, huh?
Does it get any better?
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Low tides.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide. What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
This summer, pass your personal best. Pass the time doing things you love. Pass the SunSense, please. SunSense SPF 50+ is a very high UV sunscreen, sold only in pharmacies, that's made right here in Australia for Australian conditions. And for the best price on SunSense, you can't go past Chemist Warehouse.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sport zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
Oh, wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the Cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. KENNARDS Hire, making your job easy.
Second quarter underway here, round 18 clash. Nightcliff versus Darwin. Nightcliff lead 4 straight goals, 24 to Darwin's 3 goals to 20. Darwin kicking to the right of screen as Moo cleans up. Back to Jaden Shaw and Philo, who's been very busy early, and Ash Duncan has also been. He's a goal scorer for Nightcliff. Jared, just quickly, the goal scorers at by quarter time?
Yeah, singles for Nightcliff, Coco Nicky, Beryl Nelson, Michael Mummery and Ash Duncan. And for the Darwin Buffaloes, Adam Sambono, Alex Erlinson and Damien Williams.
As a mark got taken on the line there, Nightcliff go into attack early and quickly. And the young bloke, Zachary Dirksen, in fact, a free kick has been found. And it's gone the other way. It's touched.
It's a point.
Oh, it's through for a point.
Jeff.
Josh Savika there, just cleaning up for Darwin. Seb Gelhaus back for his first game for about 6 or 7 weeks. Gives it off to Moo. Moo gets it back. Now they'll go up again. This time it's a better, cleaner pass. And he finds Zachary Dirksen. Peter, you went over to the Darwin huddle as Zach Dirksen plays on quickly, gives it to Philo from 50, who sets it up high, looking for goals, but it's gone through for a point. Peter Atkinson, you went to the Darwin huddle at quarter time.
Yeah, Mike Lobb thought that they won the quarter and deserved to be in front, but blamed the forwards' lack of defensive work. He stated that they won. So that reports his belief.
Well, interesting from there. Tyler Ames juggled it a couple of times, but got a kick, got the mark in the end. Then gives it off to Phil Wills. Wills, the flyer there was Cossack. Couldn't grab it. Philo stayed down and cleaned up the crumbs. Savica on his own. Doesn't really have a look, just sends it out towards the boundary. All over Bricknell was Clark. Over Bowles was Jalen Clark. Tunneling it out was Seb Gilhouse. Bowles looked like he got knocked over. Play on is the call as it comes to Alex Erlandson, and the Buffs are away. Heading it up forward, looking for Williams. Punched away from him by Emery, and Taban's in there to help. Can't anyone pick it up? Emery can. Puts it on the left, relieves the pressure. Wills backing into him was Cossack. Had 2 bites on it, couldn't get it. Bowles back on his feet, all recovered. Back to Philo. Philo got taken late. The ball will go out to Coco Nicky. Bit hectic there for a few seconds.
The build-up was brilliant from the Darwin Buffaloes. Just didn't quite hit that target or hit that lead. Certainly got it to a dangerous spot.
Blood rule.
Chris Williams coming off with a blood rule. Got a mark on his neck by the looks of it. He'll be replaced straight away. Coming on for him is Nathan Woodley. It's a fair bit of blood, looks like it's coming from just to the back of the ear there. We'll get a restart back now. Coco Nicky back in the middle of the field. Kicking towards the Michael Long centre. Punched away.
Great punch by Hagen.
Very good. Good defensive work. Holding the ball is the call. Ash Duncan will be the recipient of the free kick. Holds Fitz, can't clean it up. In fact, it was Farrell Nelson. Scrambly, the Tigers. Atkinson just gets it out of there. Hurried onto the boot. Sambono goes in. Philo as well. Sambono picks it up. Quick hands. Woodley just come on.
Had the runner out there, and Joey Collinson just didn't quite get the handball out of the pack.
Campbell keep it moving forward to the Buffaloes. Bowles comes in there. Steadies, balks, tries to beat one and does. Has to get a hurried handball in the end though. Cossack steps around one to give himself time. Looking for Lockwood. Off Lockwood's chest. Atkinson puts him under pressure. Lockwood tries to recover, can't this time. Maroney's in there. Dives to ground, then gets back up to Hagen. The handball's a bit quick. Pushed in the back is Hagen, and he'll get a free kick.
Ball just looks a little bit slippery at the moment. A couple of drop marks and just a fumble there before Hagen winning the free kick for a push in the back.
So it's the humidity of the night. Moo versus Anderson. Anderson with a great fingertip mark was called touch. Well, he's a bit unlucky there, but Anderson may end up with a free kick. In fact, the umpire will ball it up. No, he's given him a bit of a gobful, and the umpire's given him a free kick. Ryan Moo. Off hands. At the back is Mummery. Left foot, gently trying to guide it through. And it just goes across the face of goals and through for a point. Peter, the kind of discipline that needs to be tightened up heading into the finals for the Buffaloes.
There's been a couple of those. There was the late hit on the other end. As mild as it was, it cost them probably 80 metres. So yeah, it's got to be tidied up before next week.
It's the little things that can bring things undone. 4 goals, 3-27, plays 3 goals, 2 as Gilhouse takes a fingertip mark. Sebastian Gilhouse back in the ruck for the Tigers. Looking to get that ball moving forward. The Cossack couldn't grab it. Drags Jalen Clark off, let go. Bradley Stokes. Looking short to Savica, but it bounces before it gets to him. He gives it off to the running Jalen Clark. He sends it 50. It's a good high kick, 2-on-1. Ball over the back. Bowles can't get it.
Just a sensational kick by Jalen Clark. Just a clearing kick, distance, and again, we talk about field position, and I think it's a key strategy for the Darwin Buffaloes. They can actually turn this into a scoring opportunity.
There's a lot of open space out here at TIO Stadium. Ames puts under pressure. Philo spins out of trouble. He's got time. Then tries a right foot kick to the leading Dirksen. He picks it up, one grab, but he's wrapped up. Collinson cleans up the crumbs, quick kick. He's got Wills, bouncing ball in front from 48. He goes in short, looking for Campbell. That's Matty Campbell. And the former North Melbourne player takes it, then looks back in board and finds Erlitzen.
There's the kind of skills that you want from your key leaders. Brilliant left foot kick by Philip Wills into Matty Campbell. And to catch that footy on the fly, it's pretty slippery at the moment. And just the nous to hit up Alex Erlitzen right in front.
And even better, he didn't worry about going back and having a shot. He looked back in board straight away as Erlitzen.
He didn't like that from the start.
No, and it went off to the right. And that's his second point for the night. He is a goal scorer for tonight for the Buffaloes, but he got that within the square.
Just a couple of things that Darwin Buffaloes, if they can tidy up, discipline's one, but making the most of those scoring opportunities. And here is another one.
Big turnover. Clark hands to Sambono, bit hot and on the ground. Cossack trying to clean it up. That's Patrick, and he kicks it in board, and he finds the waiting Matthew Campbell.
Just going back to my previous point, if Buffs can actually clean those couple of areas up and get the win, they're guaranteed the final spot next week.
Yep.
And they take a lot of confidence into that game, considering the number of outs that they've had.
They've got 7 outs from last week's game and 7 big names out as well. But they are doing all the hard work at the moment, Peter.
Yeah.
As Campbell's kick goes off to the left and through for a point. Well, that's a tragedy because it's 3 goals 4, could be 4 goals 3. The game complexion gives you a 1-point lead.
That was a gift. That was a gift. Not too often you get a defender kicking the ball, trying to clear the ball out of the back line through the middle of the ground like that.
Gilhouse playing a rover, gives a handball to Mummery, who gets dragged to the ground and then held onto, and he'll get a free kick through his troubles. 4 goals 3, 27. Nightcliff lead by 5 points against Darwin's 3-4, 22. Anderson tried to come in and take out his opponent, Coco Nicky there, but missed. Nicky had time and pressure. Got a kick forward. Cleaned up by Lockwood. Big hip and shoulder from Stokes. Ames can't gather it. Duncan slaps it away. Let go.
Anderson having needed player. This is on the ball, but
Anderson just holding his wrist there as the ball's thrown in. Tries to kick it out of the air. Taban pats it out of the air. Savika grabs it, kicks it, but it goes up. Taban's had time to get underneath the falling ball and then sends it back forward. The ball, though, will go out of bounds.
Obviously, the physical pressure from the Darwin Buffaloes is a key difference, I think, from the two sides. Once Nightcliff get the ball out wide, away from the packs, they're pretty clean with the football. But Buffs, if they can keep it in tight and keep the physical pressure up, they're in with a chance.
Duncan got a handball from the roving of Atkinson's knockdown from Darwin. They run forward and try and keep it in, but unfortunately, it will go out of bounds, and that's young Ankin Abbott. Couldn't get it. Under a bit of pressure. Lockwood versus Atkinson. Atkinson again wins out. Hurried kick though, but Ash Duncan's in there. Now it's up high and long. Bounces just inside the square, and in fact has bounced through for a point. Bradley Stokes will bring it back in with a long kick looking for Alex Erlitzen. That's better. Off hands though. Nightcliff. Go forward. And it was Filipponi, Hayden Filipponi, couldn't get a clear shot on goal.
Certainly looking at the flags, the goal scoring end is to the right of the screen, to the airport side, but we've seen Buffaloes do most of the scoring to the left of the screen, and Nightcliff now as well.
Well, Phil Wills has got a paddock in front of him. He sets it up beautifully for the team. I couldn't pick out his teammate, but it's socketed up here. Looks like it's going to fall into the hands of Sambono, who gets his second.
Great juggling mark by Ankin Abbott for Darwin Buffaloes, just to control that football, quick movement to the hot spot, and that's exactly the player you want in the goal square. when there's a loose footy. Adam Sambono.
Peter, we were talking about discipline before. Darwin just need to tighten up in a few little areas and they'll put even more scoreboard pressure onto Nightcliff.
Oh, I think they're playing very much to their form of the last couple of weeks, and they're putting terrific pressure on the opposition whenever they lose the ball. I think Mark's observation of quarter time is happening again. They're getting more opportunities inside 50, but they're not converting. So they've just got to get that side tidied up, and they're in business.
4 goals, 5-29. Nightcliff hold the slenderest of leads. 1 point. 4 goals, 4-28. 12 minutes gone. Important centre clearance. Was won out by Darwin, but picked up, though, by Ash Duncan. Picked, coming through like a steam train, was Cameron Stokes. Couldn't get it first time. It comes off to Brodie Philo, and the Tigers go into attack again. Holdstop chips forward, looking for his teammate. Can't get it. Cleaned up by Bradley Stokes. Nice pick up off the ground and finds Phil Wills. He has more space than the Gina Reinhardt cattle station. Kicks it forward. Cant comes looking for Clark. Clark overruns it over the top. Comes back to White. Patrick White sends it into centre half forward. Moroney bounces off his hands. Picked up though by his teammate Farrell Nelson, who's got a hurried right foot kick. It's bouncing. It'll stay inboard, and Darwin will be able to relieve some pressure. The channel pass out to Alex Erlitzson, who then has to miss kick it, and cleaning it up will be Ryan Moo. He's got space. Over the top, picks out his teammate Nicky. Nicky gives it off to Philo, who literally throws it away. Play on is the call. White's in there. Patrick can't pick it up. Slung off it. Play on, it's let go. In fact, he's being pinned for holding the ball.
Tell you what, talking about doing it the hard way, Darwin Buffaloes, they finally get a bit of relief from the pressure with that free kick.
Josh Savica. Huge kick. Looking for Erlitzson.
Called the mark.
Who's going to be rewarded. He got interfered with, I think, on the way down. It comes to Collinson. They all watched him. Joey Collinson out in front of Williams, who juggles it once but grabs it twice.
Just the attack on the football by Buffaloes in that passage of play was brilliant. As soon as Collinson saw that Erlitzson had the free kick or mark, he was gone. He just pushed forward, didn't he?
It was interesting. It was, and the Nightcliff players looked to be watching Collinson until he got it, and then they went.
Yeah.
He plays on. Right foot snap, across the shoulder. Oh, taken out was Sambono. Play on was the call. Duncan punching it back to go forward, finds Bowles. The Tigers in the old Works and Housing strip, if you're wondering why they're in stripes. The old Works and Housing strip from the 50s.
These and 60s.
Nightcliff, 4 goals, 5-29. Lead Darwin, 4 goals, 4-28. And the game tempo has really lifted. Both sides sensing, I think, that they've got a lot of work to do here. Philo, he's had a mountain of ball. Overrunning it is Campbell from Darwin, but he still manages to get it back to Anderson. Stephen Anderson with a hurried kick.
Abbott again chasing or hunting the footy.
And he picks it up cleanly. Williams in there. Sambono dodges two. Has time to line up at the goals. Williams there trying to use his body, but I think it would have gone through for a point anyway. But sharp from Sambono to back himself. He's been electrifying first half so far. Peter, Adam Sambono really gives that Darwin forward line a different dynamic, doesn't he?
Yes, if he would just start to one grab, and that might just be match practice, he'd just be very potent in the weeks to come. Breeze very, very slight at the moment.
They overrun it and go forward again. Do Nightcliff. Overrunning it is Dirksen. Savica in there with body. Dragged off was Farrell Nelson. Lockwood throws his arms out. Sontag. The kick in though from Lockwood's found Moroney, and Darwin will go out on that far side. Collinson, he's been a useful outlet all night.
Moroney kept running.
Good second effort, good signs for Mark Modlop, the coach of Darwin. His players prepared to run as Sambono. He's got a bounce and he has time. Now he's looking for a teammate. And he's found him.
Look at the three players at the back here for
Anderson
Darwin Buffaloes.
over the top, unattended, all alone, by himself, with no one else around him. We'll go back and have a shot at goal.
The old transfer of play out to the fat side just caught Nightcliff off guard there.
Clark Edwards then, good vision, looked inside, and Stephen Anderson puts it through.
You got to take the good with the bad, don't you, with Anderson? He nails the goal.
And Darwin hit the front. 5 goals, 5-35. Plays 4 goals, 5-29. Good build-up here from Darwin, you know.
Yeah, Moroney, not only did he chop the forward entry off from Lockwood, but he just kept running and was able to collect that second possession.
Clark Edwards looked inside. He had 2 choices, really. He had Anderson. I think just behind him from Anderson was Malcolm Roses.
Buffs get a clearance.
Bradley Stokes, the diving Stephen Anderson. Play on, hit the ground according to the umpire. Bowles soccers it off the ground, trying to keep it away from that Darwin attacking area. Campbell, handball to Collinson. Puts it down and then gives a handball over the top. Paul Campbell's in there. Alex Erlitson's in there. Chris Williams came off of the blood rule area, gives it to Phil Wills, who balks, then puts it out in front. Abbott. And it's a great relieving kick for Nightcliff.
Holt Fitz.
Finds Sontag. Michael Montgomery had to come up a long way up the ground to get a kick. He's on centre wing, directly in front of the commentary position. Tries to pick out Lockwood. Free kick's being paid to Julian Lockwood for in the back. Probably a bit fortunate there.
Yeah, I think both players just slipping over.
Yeah, both players went to ground, but umpire's in a better position. 19 minutes gone, 4 goals, 5-29. The Tigers have got the job to do. 5 goals, 5. They trail Darwin 35. Mummery finds Nalkin, who's been very quiet tonight so far. Dirksen offered himself up as a target. Falls back to Farrell Nelson. But
Great
inside
hands.
there was very good hands for Filippini, or no marks, punched away in the end. Savica. Campbell's going to clean up. Now Collinson. His kick, though, is intercepted. Jaden Shaw. Brody Philo. Philo centering to Dirksen. Wills a long way back to help out his defenders and earns a free kick for his troubles. Atco, Phil Wills always leads by example, doesn't he?
Yes, it's interesting. He got a bit of a serve at quarter time for not working hard enough on Philo and working back into the defence, and he's just been magnificent this quarter.
Duncan, there's Brody Philo. High, long. Farrell Nelson's underneath it with Collinson. The 2 number 3s do battle.
Just ticked over the 20-minute mark, and if the Darwin Buffs can hold out Nightcliff for the rest of the quarter, that's got to give him a lot of confidence going into half-time.
Well, in the last 2 weeks I've seen Darwin play, they have come home stronger than their opponents. They did that last week against Waratahs, and they did it against Wanderers the week before that. Patrick White. Hurried kick to Taban. Had to stop, start, had to go, and then lined up goals, but unfamiliar territory for Taban. He put it through for a point. There is a lot of vacant space out there at the moment, Jared. It's congested in that forward half. In the defensive half for Darwin, it's coming out that way now. They've clogged it up, Nightcliff. Williams. Punched away from hit. Good hip and shoulder.
They've set up extremely well, Nightcliff, just setting up that wall. So once the ball goes into the forward 50, their midfielders, half-back line can push up, just chop the ball off. Buffaloes essentially have to run the ball out of defence.
Ames fights his way out of it. Vilo got taken with it, under pressure. Shaw trying to clean it up, dragged down and pushed in the back. In fact, he got pinged for holding the ball. Play on is the call, advantage. It is all Darwin, 3-on-1. Anderson puts it through on the run, on his right foot. And the Buffaloes go a bit further forward as we head to the half-time. 6 goals, 5-41. They lead Nightcliff, 4 goals, 6-30.
Well, it wasn't pretty off the boot, but it was effective and on cue. When I said they've got to run the ball out of the fence, watch the run and spread from here.
Now, Malcolm Roses made a tackle there. Umpires let that go and play on.
Getting the right bounce at the right time, Anderson.
He's got a unusual kicking style to Stephen Anderson, just in general, but he does know where the goals are. I will give him that.
In a few recalls from the initial bounce, so might have to have a look at that.
We get to the throw up by after half time. Kicking in danger. High profile rule last week. Damien Williams. Clark overruns it. Emery can't pick it up. Vilo's got to clean it up. Back to the centre of the ground. Holdstock. There's the siren for half-time. So we go to the half-time break here with Darwin leading 6 goals, 5-41 to Nightcliff's 4 goals, 6-30.
Commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin by purchasing your very own limited edition number plate. All proceeds from the sale will be donated to Legacy NT. To order, visit or call AANT on 08 8925 5901. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, huh?
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Low tides.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide. What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
This summer, pass your personal best. Pass the time doing things you love. Pass the SunSense, please. SunSense SPF 50+ is a very high UV sunscreen sold only in pharmacies that's made right here in Australia for Australian conditions. And for the best price on SunSense, you can't go past Chemist Warehouse.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin. that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. KENNARDS Hire, making your job easy.
live for the third quarter. Darwin holding an 11-point lead in this round 18 clash. Darwin versus Nightcliff. Both sides will appear in the finals, which start next week in the NTFL. Sliding under that was Ryan Moo. Paul Campbell came back with body and then got the ball and kicked it forward. Williams led to the race early. It comes to Jalen Clark, who puts it on the left foot. And it hits the post and bounces. First score, early score for the Buffaloes, Jared. 11-point margin. Darwin really clawed the way back, not only into the game, but in front.
Yeah, and the goal kicker, Stephen Anderson, has 2 to his name in that quarter. He's certainly one of the catalysts for Buffs' second quarter dominance. Adam Sambono with 2, Alex Ernelson 1, and Damien Williams 1 each for Darwin Buffaloes. For Nightcliff, Coco Nicky 1, Farrell Nelson, Michael Mummery, and Ashley Duncan with 1 each.
Oh, Hagan got in the way of Julian Lockwood there and knocked the ball away. Maroney tried a quick handball over the top, couldn't get it though, was Hagan. Atkinson for Darwin, diving on it, shuffles it out. Savika coming through is Lockwood with quick hands. And he's picked out Michael Mummery. And Mummery, who got a great goal in the first half, gets his second.
Guys, go. Hey.
Quick handball outside of the pack, and again, if you're going to have ball inside your forward 50, that's where you want it.
Peter, your thoughts on the second half? Darwin have come home strongly in the last couple of weeks. Can they maintain and hold off Nightcliff?
Well, they've shown a change of attitude or more determination in their second halves, but they showed that in the first half tonight, so I think this game is really up for grabs. A great test. If they can maintain their first half approach, well, then I don't think Nightcliff will be able to withstand it with all the players they have out.
Good confidence booster for Darwin if they can get over the Tigers tonight, who have only lost 2 games all season. As Cossack gets it out, clear, wins the stoppage, wins the clearance, but actually finds Maroney from Darwin. Skipper Wills for Darwin. Quick kick over the top. He's got Chris Williams. Williams back to Collinson. Covered a fair bit of ground in that first half to Joey Collinson. Into Damien Williams, who got taken high, pushed in the back, whatever you like, and he's earned a free kick. And so from about 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle, he'll go back and have a shot.
Great penetrating kick by Joey Collinson. In the first half, we've seen him get on the end of a lot of forward movement by Darwin Buffaloes, and Williams just sort of stopping and propping there for a moment, and Emery just coming through the back.
Yeah. I'll have a look at it again after he has his shot on replay, but Williams. He's already got one. And now he's got the all-important second and the all-important 7th goal for Darwin as they move to 7 goals, 6:48. They open back up that gap. Nightcliff trail 5 goals, 6:36.
That's the reply they needed. The back of the Michael Mummery goal for Nightcliff.
Chris just balks, then gives it off to Collinson. Gee, he really has done some running in that first half.
Exactly where you want to kick it.
Yeah. Just got nudged out there. A little bit of experience on behalf of Damien Williams then. Took front position.
He's got a great skill. A lot of footballers like to have it if he can get in front. Just the way he holds his front position and is aware of where the other body is. He's terrific at that.
Well, Phil Williams just sharked Sebastian Gilhouse, but Bridie Philo for Nightcliff will run away with it, looking for Lockwood. Oh, Gutsy then backing into it. Not sure who that player was, if you can see who that player is on the ground, but that was Guts. That was Cameron Stokes. Well, he was backing into the raging Julian Lockwood. They've got it out of there, but it's going to come back in. Can't pick it up is Mummery. Hagan hassles him. Lockwood fumbles it. The ball will be thrown in, and Stokes is up gingerly.
Yeah, that was a lot of courage, and just exactly how he plays. And hopefully he's not too bad.
Watch this. Backing into the pack, crash.
Knee straight into the back.
Gilhouse led the race to the ball and thrown in. Lockwood dragged off it. Atkinson slung to the ground and got pinged for holding the ball.
Incorrect disposal.
Lucky not to give away a 50 there. Hagan Just letting that ball go when he should actually give it back to him. Mummery. Now, he's probably a bit further around, a bit further away than what he kicked in that first first half, this goal.
Yeah, he's more than capable. He's proven that. Again, he's a little bit closer to the Darwin Buffaloes crowd, so he'd be copping an earful again.
So, to give you an idea, he's going to probably kick from about 48, maybe even 50. Not a bad side for him. He's going to kick from 48, sets it up. Just as good as the last one, but it goes across the face. 5.5 minutes gone here in this third term, the premiership quarter. Darwin leads 7 goals, 6-48 to 5 goals, 7-37.
Oh, too much
and
on
a mistake
that kick.
being made here. Well, I think that was the young Abbott, wasn't it? Abbott had just had too much wheat bix today and sent it out of bounds without anyone touching it. Centering kick from Coco Nicky. Stokes up, running forward the only way he knows. Charging through to Maroney. Fumbles it once. Lucky got pinged for throwing the ball. And the Tigers. And in fact, a 50's been paid. The Darwin player hadn't retired from the 10. Hadn't retired for the correct 10 metres and went to chase the Nightcliff player.
That hurts.
It does. Just a case of discipline.
Filipponi getting the opportunity to
claw one back.
Claw one back.
Doesn't make a mistake. He's directly in front. Darwin hold on to a lead. That was 11 points at the three-quarter time break. Whittled away. 7 goals, 6-48. To Nightcliff, 6 goals, 7-43. Peter, that's just the little errors like that are the things that cost Darwin goals.
Yeah, we've talked about that. I'm not sure of Tyler Ames' background, but it was a blatant breach and very expensive.
Oh, sorry, it was Taylor Ames. I named Stephen Anderson. My mistake.
No, it was Tyler Ames.
Oh, right, there he is. Not getting out of the way.
Seb Goodhouse was in the way on the replay, but anyway, that's got to be a confidence booster for the young brigade of Nightcliff Tigers. We've spoken about they've got a lot of inexperienced or young players in there. Buffaloes have brought a physical game, just the way they attack the footy, but making the most of your opportunities will give confidence for the younger Tigers.
Lockwood into the ruck against Ames. Cleaned up by Wills. And then Maroney. Oh, dealt with and pushed in the back there was Sontag. Drawing the free kick. Ryan Moo.
Recovered extremely well from a Cameron Stokes bump earlier in the first half. Moving all right.
Emery. Up from half-back. There is a line of Nightcliff players. And he goes across. Kick hits the ground. Kale Cossack can't pick it up. Socket off the ground. Sontag leading the race. He's going to get... Oh, big hit from Paul Campbell then on Patrick White. Everyone dives on top of him. And the ball will be thrown up. White's up and upset. The umpire just restarts play. Get the balls going. As Collinson, quick kick off the ground. Fumble. Patrick Cossack picks it up. And a deliberate out of bounds has been paid right in front of the Nightcliff coach's box.
Buffalo's free kick. See who settles from the, I guess the physicality of that contest there. A bit of push and shove. Good umpiring just to get the ball up in the air and get things moving.
It was. Keep everything going. Well, Patrick White got up thinking Malcolm Roses was responsible, but it was Paul Campbell with the big hit. Deep inside the Darwin Buffaloes forward line. And just a tremendous shot at goal. The goal umpire straddled and is signalling the all clear, and it's a great goal.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to put the touched single up in anticipation of the ball rolling over the line. But that is a brilliant goal, and again, luck's of fortune with the bounce.
Off the hands of Matty Campbell. Clark Edwards. Oh, tell you what.
Definitely bounces back into play.
And Chris Williams will be credited with that goal, and the goal umpire thought the ball was going to get through. It got brawled back into play, and Chris Williams socketed through. 8 goals, 654, plays 6 goals, 743. It's Willing. Both sides. Head over the ball, body on the line. Last man standing stuff.
Plenty of feel in this game, and
the
yes,
whistle's
Nightcliff
gone.
was just too quick on trying to get into the centre bounce. The winger was just a bit too quick and broke early.
Holt Fitz.
Given the free kick to Damien Williams.
Williams to Chris. Punched away. Cleaned up by Moo. Philo, quick hands. Cossack bumped off it. Back to Ryan Moo. Got to hurry his handball. Emery looking for support. They're being put under all sorts of pressure. Ash Duncan. Emery eventually gets a quick kick away. Bouncing ball. Stokes, Lockwood. Oh, huge body from Stokes. Up on his feet, Savika. Quick hands out. Damien Williams. Quick kick. Oh, and a big hit on Moo. Let go. Play on is the call. Hagen. Hagen's got Collinson. No, in fact, the centering pass has come in.
It's touched, played on by Sambono.
Sambono.
He knows exactly where the goals are, and there was everything happening left, right, and centre. We've got remonstrations from both teams out on the wing whilst the ball and play continued, but the ball was touched coming inside the forward 50, which forced Sambono to actually play on. And
that pass to Sambono actually came from Malcolm Roses. Peter, that was cool heads on behalf of Darwin to just keep that ball going forward.
Well, both sides are just doing well when they get extra numbers at the contest, and that incident on the wing there was perfectly legal. Just a mixture of luck and opportunity for Buffaloes, because the lad that put on the shepherd on young Mui was actually coming off through the interchange.
How good was Cameron Stokes' hit on Julian Lockwood too? Took him off his feet.
He's
and
one
that
of the
really
best.
opened it up.
Nightcliff get the centre clearance though.
Bradley Stokes leads the race to the ball. Borks, now he's got time. Over the top of Phil Wills. Well, that was a tremendous passage of football all round.
High intensity. Like I said, there was things going everywhere. I didn't actually see the Cameron Stokes pub because I was watching the off-field off-the-play remonstrations in the background. But Buffalo's just finding the answer when they need it at the moment. Things are just sort of going their way. They got the momentum.
It is. Duncan came charging through. Wills, though. And it's Bowles. Might be time to move him up forward in my mind. He's pretty creative as Sontag, first gamer. Over to Coco Nicky. Got the run up. Taban versus Savika. Taban, top spot, good
position.
strength. Very, very strong mark. Paddy Taban has got Julian Lockwood. The kick's no good. Cleaned up by Bradley Stokes. He has time to have a look further forward, and he does.
Good contest by Ash Duncan there.
Ankin Abbott for Darwin. Duncan came away with a free kick. Gives it back in board. Nightcliff. There's a lot of yellow and black. And it's long kick across the square to Holtz Fitz. He's looking for Coco Nicky, who got dragged down in the contest. And a free kick will be paid against Michael Hagen.
Yeah, the kick was there. He certainly just put his arm around Coco Nicky. He had him covered. He had him covered. So just a bit of concentration, bit of technique.
A little bit of technique. 14 and a half minutes gone here. 9 goals, 660. 6 goals, 743. The Tigers need a much-needed goal here.
And what Darwin are doing at the moment, they're just clogging up the centre corridor. For Nightcliff to get the opportunities, they're going to have to go wide. But they're more than capable of kicking the ball from this distance.
Coco Nicky has kicked 16 goals already this season, 2 of them tonight. But he moves it off to the left, looking for a little bit of distance. He just pushed it off to the left.
There's a slight breeze from the camera side. The players haven't allowed for that kicking towards the airport end.
Well, I think that's largely been the scoring end, Jared, this game.
Absolutely.
As Atkinson takes a grab, he had players all around him. Williams jumped over the top of him. He kicks to space, really. Anderson, one grabs it. Looks back inboard. He's got the running Stokes. And also Roses, who balks, then gets it on his left foot. He's got his skipper Phil Wills out there. Wills inboard, looking for Cameron Stokes, who's drifted all the way down. Puts that body on the line again. Roses in there. Emery, quick kick away, cut off by Anderson. Darwin will go back inside their 50, and Stokes is on the end of the pass.
It squeezed through to the flying defender's hands that was coming through to actually spoil the football.
Well, I think Stephen Anderson would argue that it was beautifully weighted.
Well, he's had a ripper of a game so far, Cameron Stokes. Just the way he's attacked the football and cleared the path for his teammates. He deserves a goal.
Can I say to you, I'd rather play alongside him than against him. Cameron Stokes goes in, and he's kicked a rare goal, and he gives it a little bit of a skip and a fist pump. And the Buffaloes go to 10 goals, 666. They lead Nightcliff 6 goals, 844. That will boost everyone around them, Peter.
Yeah, they really back themselves, don't they? A couple of players ran from the back line to create those opportunities in the middle corridor, as Jared pointed out. Darwin are doing better in there, and then they're defending well in there, so pressure's on Nightcliff.
The last time these two sides met was in round 5, and the score was to Nightcliff 20 goals 13, 133, defeating Buffs 9-660. Total of 73 points. Nightcliff getting the chocolates on that occasion. Things are going a little bit differently tonight.
Well, Darwin held an 11-point lead at half-time, and they've doubled that to 22 at the 17.5-minute mark of the third term. Nightcliff through Shaw. Finds Brody Philo. Goes one way, back to the other. Lockwood, though, with Darwin, Hagan in there. Lockwood picks up the bounce. Swivels around and has a shot, but inaccurate.
Certainly an area they're going to have to focus on. Whatever the result of this game is, accuracy of goal kicking. They had 6 scoring shots in the second quarter. Didn't kick any goals.
Now, both sides have got, Nightcliff's got 6 players out, Darwin's got 7 players out. But at the moment, you'd have to think that the depth of Darwin actually looks a little bit stronger, given what we're seeing with the youngsters of Nightcliff.
What works in Buffalo's favour is just the way that Philip Wills, Cameron Stokes, Alex Erlandson, the way they go about it, the way they attack the footy, even Stephen Anderson.
Yep.
The way they attack the footy, it's I think it's intimidating at the moment for some of the younger Nightcliff brigade.
As Ryan Moo drew a free kick. He puts it up. Dirksen. Dragged off it there was the ruckman, Ames. Little chip over the top. Punched away. Everyone waiting for it. Quick hands. Cleaning it up was Philo. Dumped after disposal. Let go. Play on is the call. Loose over the back. Bricknell. Moo. He's got 3. He's had to kick it to Coco Nicky, who had to compete against 3 defenders. 3 against 1 will always win, as Sambono is the outlet. Now Hagan is the runner. For Darwin, trying to draw a 50. Chris Williams can't mark it, but keeps it in front. They've got the run on here, Darwin. Damien Williams leads, punched away from him from Emery. Now Kyle Emery. Handball over the top, picked up by Roses. Abbott for Darwin. Goes in towards the goals, but is offline. A few of Darwin's younger players are starting to get involved.
Yeah, some of the names we haven't called over the last few weeks, they're certainly popping up and doing a bit of damage when it's their time to go.
Old Stock gives it off to the runner and Moo.
Ryan Moo has done a mountain of work this quarter.
He has. Looks like Nelkin with one of his rare touches tonight. Hasn't been as influential as he has been the last couple of weeks. Kicked in, cut off by Sambono. He wants to go straight away. He goes to Hagan. The pair combined previously. Hagan fumbles it but recovers quickly. Up to Matthew Campbell. Bumped off it. Holdstock collects it. Quick handball back to Nelkin.
It's a better kick.
Much better kick. Good pass. Good presenting. It's Matthew Bricknell. Peter, is this well within Matty Bricknell's range?
Yeah, he's a very good kick on goal. He probably questionable about his pace, but very good skills, and he's in the side as a goal kicker.
So at 52 metres, he sets it up high. It's going to fall way short. Punched away. Sambono picks it up, takes them on. Gilhouse diving on it. It's come out through to Ban. A hurried left foot kick is touched by Cameron Stokes and through for a point. So we're well and truly into time on now, nearly 2 minutes in. It's 10 goals, 767 plays, 6 goals, 1046 in this in the third quarter in this round 18 clash. Huge kick out from fullback.
Whilst they've got a lot of young guys in their side, Nightcliff, a lot of them have enjoyed a lot of experience, and there's 3 or 4 of them, although they're still teenagers, have played 50 or 60 games. So but they probably haven't played many under this sort of pressure.
It's about that balance as well, I think, Peter. You need the balance of youth, you need the balance of some strong bodies, you need your balance of key position players, which obviously those 6 outs for Nightcliff at the moment are hurting. The balance is not quite right.
I think you're spot on, and they're probably not getting enough out of Philo and 2 or 3 of the older, bigger boys.
And a deliberate out of bounds paid there. Second one for the night.
At the end of the day, I mean, we've still got a lot of football to be played, but the result, if Darwin Buffaloes win, that's going to be a huge confidence boost for them. It doesn't really impact too much for Nightcliff. They'll finish top 2. They still have the second chance.
Yeah, but winning form is good form, Jared, and I think you'd much rather go into a final having disposed of an opponent than not. But not to take anything away from the Darwin Buffaloes, they have done all the hard work in the last few weeks, and they earned 5th spot last week.
There wouldn't be a bigger out than their coach, Coates. So he'd have to be a favourite for the Nichols, one of the favourites, but you just don't replace those players. No,
and if you look at some of their outs, I mean, not just Coates, but Nathan Brown, who's been out for a couple of weeks, has been their skipper all year, and Sambono off hands through for a point. They restarted quickly, and then Jonathan Paris is another one. Well, did he kick over the line, kick outside the square?
He tried to kick off before the umpire had even grabbed his goal flag.
Well, the goal umpire needs to actually signal a point before the ball can be restarted, so it must have been very quick.
So that actually saved Buffaloes.
Yeah, they were out, weren't they? And there's still plenty of footy to be played in this game, and Nightcliff certainly have the skills, certainly have the fitness to worry Darwin Buffaloes late in this game.
Kale Cassat. Savika, Hagan with a step. Now they've got space. Mummery, he's got a mile. He can run into this. He can have about 5 bounces if he wanted to, but he's not. No idea what he was thinking there. No idea whatsoever.
Discipline.
But he's going to get a kick for a late hit.
Well, this is what you get when you do have some young footballers out there, don't you? You got all the endeavour and excitement in the world, and Mummery.
Well,
why wouldn't you kick the drop punt?
Well, what was he trying to do? I don't know. I mean, I picked up the late tackle, the late hit, but gee,
it's points in time or points in a game that can swing momentum. Now, if Mummery kicks this goal, they go back to the centre bounce, and Nightcliff have absolutely dominated the centre clearance. It's obviously dominating the ruck.
But they drag that margin, they close up that margin at the moment, which is 22 points. They bring it back to 16 if he gets this goal. And he kind of stabs at it, then gets it. And so the margin goes back to 16 points. It's still Darwin though. 10 goal 8, 68 to 7, 10, 52. And nearly 26 minutes has gone in this third term, so you can't imagine there's a lot of time left in this quarter.
Just love the feeling in this game. It's, you know, it's last round, finals next week.
Look how much room he has here. Look how much space.
Oh, Darwin Buffaloes at the moment just have all the confidence in the world to push off their play and run forward, but
you know, that is, Peter, dare I use this term, but that's underage football stuff.
Oh, your opinion. You've got to look at the players out in another way too. It gives 7 players an opportunity to step up on the eve of finals. If you see yourself as a fringe player, it's a great opportunity tonight to step up and claim a final spot.
Oh, big jump by Williams over the top of Gilhouse, which is okay, except Gilhouse would be maybe nearly 7 foot standing up with his arms reached and jumping.
Just some tactical moves here. Nightcliff have opted to have 2 loose players in defence, which obviously leave Buffaloes with 2 loose players in their defence, and Maroney at the moment not sure whether to push up on a player, and it's worked to Nightcliff's advantage.
Emery gives the Tigers teammates one last chance before, and a free kick's been faded, a marking infringement. The umpire ruling that Farrell Nelson actually got taken out in that marking contest before he had a chance to grab the ball. And so the Tigers get a chance to get their second in a minute and a half and a 50 for saying something wrong. Well, 2 goals in a minute and a half for the Nightcliff Tigers drastically reduces this gap.
Absolutely, and like again, momentum shifts. Farrell Nelson, no mistake, adds another goal to his name, takes him to 2. But the Buffaloes, their own worst enemy at the moment.
Let's just watch this passage of play. The 10 goals 8, 68 plays, 8 goals 10, 58. Long kick from Emery. All right, so you had Stokes backing back, and then Hagan has looked away from the ball and looked at the player and then bumped him.
Quarter Shepherd.
It's a marking infringement. Rule brought in about a season or 2 ago in the AFL. End of the game. This centre clearance crucial. Gilhouse gets it out. Erlandson, haven't seen him for a while in this quarter. The umpire will restart play.
That's exactly what you want from your ruckman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jump up, try and get the knockout, but he's on his hands and knees trying to get the ball out to his quicks.
Williams got his hands on. There's Patrick White. Soccers it off the ground. Forward again. Can they get a third? Cameron Stokes taps it out, can't pick it up. Coco Nicky, quick hands back. Fires Farrell Nelson. Does Holtz Fitz. And Farrell Nelson, who was on the receiving end of a free kick a few moments ago, will go back and has a chance to kick the third Nightcliff Tigers goal in time on. And the third, well, that's the 3/4 time siren. If he kicks this will be their 3rd goal in about 4 minutes.
We know he can kick them.
Very important kick, as Jared Eilert said about momentum. This kick lasts with it. It sits up and drags across to the left. The Buffaloes fans breathe a sigh of relief. They take the scoreboard, they take the lead to the three-quarter time break. Darwin, 10 goals, 868. Lead Nightcliff, 8 goals, 1159.
Local knowledge is important, and with a 15% online discount, it's now easier to get TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. TIOFI.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Life, so full of surprises. But you don't want a headache to be one of them. Get Panadol Rapid from Chemist Warehouse. It's absorbed 2 times faster than regular Panadol tablets, so you won't miss life's special moments. Panadol Rapid. When pain is gone, life takes its place. Available at Chemist Warehouse for the lowest prices guaranteed.
The top end bomb. Ships sunk. Aircraft destroyed. Hundreds killed. For 2 years, bombs fell. Thousands evacuated. Families torn apart. Soldiers might never come home. These are our stories. The Territory remembers is the incredible story of World War II in our own backyard. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Intersport, new concept store, now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Dedicated sports zones, men's performance, lifestyle, basketball, all new women's zone from running to yoga. And Intersport Kids Zone, all ages, performance footwear and apparel. Plus the new dedicated football zone, all year for all codes. For awesome service and advice, come in and see us. The all-new Intersport concept store, Casuarina Square.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm blue and far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. KENNARDS Hire, making your job easy.
Just 9 points separates Nightcliff and Darwin as we head into the final term here of this round 18 clash. Both sides appearing in the finals next week. Nightcliff at 2, Darwin at 5. As Erlandson, it's been a torrid affair. The Buffaloes held a 22-point lead in that third quarter, but in the time on period, the Tigers came back. Buffs will want to try and regain some of that momentum. Peter Atkinson, you went to the Nightcliff huddle, I saw. What was the feedback from that?
2 main points. They certainly question the Buffalo fitness, ability to run out the game, and the more relevant point he made was that they've lost one last quarter all season. So they've had 16 winning last quarters, so they really feel confident they can get up.
Oh, as Bricknell kicked it into the goal square. And
Michael
good,
Mummery,
solid
great
hands from Michael Mummery. That was a good mark under pressure from Hagan. That's an interesting stat, Peter, that they've only lost one final term.
Yeah, it's a very relevant one. They did a lot of work early in the year on their fitness and could be reaping the rewards now. The observation that Buffaloes were under a cloud fitness-wise was interesting.
And Mummery's goal directly in front, couldn't miss, closes the margin to 3 points.
That's his third goal for the game, Michael Mummery. Other goal kickers, 2 to Coco Nicky, 2 to Farrell Nelson, 1 to Filipponi and 1 to Ashley Duncan. And for Darwin Buffaloes, 3 to Adam Sambono, 2 to Stephen Anderson, Damian Williams 2, Alex Erlandson 1, Cameron Stokes and Christopher Williams 1 each as well.
The Buffaloes will want to get this out of the centre square quickly. Lockwood wins it out, straight down to Ash Duncan. The Tigers to miss kick, but it's found Mummery, who balks once, then has to give a hurried handball away. Taban scoops it up, then back to Mummery, who snaps on his right foot, goes for goal and hits the post.
Lucks of fortune, Ash Duncan coming out of the centre square and miss kicks. Just like this is a miss kick. Oh, no, it's not.
Well, it's either out of bounds or a mark, and it's a mark to Phil Wills. Gee, he had to cover some ground to get that. He really doesn't have a lot up there. He's going to kick it towards Erlandson. Sets himself, so too is the ruckman Ames. Can't pick it up. Got a quick handball, but got tackled was Holtz Fitz. Now Brody Philo kicks into the square. He's got Sebastian Gilhouse, but it's punched away by Atkinson. Great defence there by the second ruckman of the Buffaloes.
It's an advantage for the Tigers that they can throw Lockwood on the ball, because I think Gilhouse is struggling a bit to see out the game, and they've slotted him in full forward.
It's only Gilhouse's first game back in about 6 weeks. Atkinson charging through. Hurried kick, Collinson versus Moo. 2 speedsters. Moo gets it. Wins out on that battle. Then chips in short to Bricknell. Had a look. Maroney. Over to Wills. Back to Maroney. And he's going to go out wide to Collinson.
Brian Moo for Nightcliff has just lifted his work rate tenfold for the Nightcliff Tigers.
As Collinson gives it off to the running Maroney, who sends it into Stephen Anderson. Anderson, kick, centering, Damien Williams, offhand, Sambono, 1 step, left foot. And just offline and through for a point. That was a really good build-up. They built it up, kept possession. Anderson moved it in quickly.
That's the second play I've seen the Buffaloes go down and start stretching their calves. So that fitness tag that Coates, Nightcliff coach was questioning at 3/4 time. He's on the money.
As Sontag takes the mark and then gets driven into the ground. Trying to get up, he's being held. Nightcliff fans calling for a 50. Ryan Moo to Philo. Philo. Leading player was Farrell Nelson. Diving chest mark. And he goes back, and he is a very accurate kick, and he has a chance to put the Tigers back in front, somewhere they haven't been since the second quarter. Yes, and he puts the Tigers back in front. They go to 10 goals, 12-72. They lead Darwin 10 goals, 9-69. 5.25 minutes gone in this final term.
Just Ryan Moo with plenty of space. Just controlling the football, Nightcliff, through that passage. Farrell Nelson playing in front. Ball drops short. There's no way the defender can actually impact that possession. So we know he's all class. See Troy Coates down on the boundary line, squeezing every last little bit of the out of his plays that he can by giving them direct instructions down the boundary line.
He'd be very pleased with the character that's been shown in the last 10 minutes of playing time, the last couple of minutes of that of the third quarter, and now as Wills bursts out of the middle. He's got the leading Sambono, but it gets cut off. And Sontag clears it out for the Tigers as Wills has not moved, and he is on the middle of the ground laying on his side. Now he moves it slightly.
Not getting up. He is in all sorts of trouble.
Now he's up. The runner is out to him.
It must be serious to keep a player of his caliber down for so long. He's extremely worried about something.
Hard in mouth stuff. His bowls. Kicks over the top. Play let go. Comes to the running Bricknell up in the centre of the field. The Tigers looking for Gilhouse. Over the back is Farrell Nelson. He gathers it, puts it on the boot, kicks his second in a couple of minutes.
Just that quick ball movement and obviously having to play it down allowed Nightcliff the overlap. And Philip Wills is needing two people to carry him off the field, and that's going to be a massive blow, not only for this game, but for whatever's in front of them next week.
It's absolute gold for a small forward when you've got a big ruckman like Seb Gilhouse resting. Absolute gold when that ball comes to ground. Peter, momentum we've talked about, but also confidence. Nightcliff would have garroted some.
The Tigers have really taken over from in the middle, and they're just slamming the ball in. They're running hard, and their younger players are just lifting with every goal as well. The confidence is there at the moment. Buffs have got the job ahead of them.
And Buffs effectively playing one down because Phil Wills is yet to make that interchange bench. He's still a good 15 or 20 metres from it, and it doesn't even look like they're going to take him through the gates. They might take him straight off. A free kick, though, went to Campbell as Erlandson sends it up to full forward. Sambono from behind. Cutting it off was Cossack. Shrugs off one. Repositions, reconnects himself, and then goes out of defence. Finds Coco Nicky all alone. Coco Nicky plays on quickly.
And it looks like a groin issue for Wills, and it just... I think they were better off calling for the stretcher and stopping play. Allowing play to go on for that long certainly hurts the numbers for Darwin Buffaloes, but play continues and is deep inside Nightcliff's forward 50 and walks straight over the line by Michael Hagan. His opponent,
cool heads need to prevail here for Darwin. Someone has to step up, take the game by the scruff of the neck from the Darwin's point of view, from the Buffaloes' point of view. 11-12-78. They trail. 10 goals, 9-69.
And another
ruck infringement, free kick.
No, I think it's actually for mouthing off.
Really? Julian Lockwood is going to go back and have a shot. I don't think he's troubled the scoreboard attendant so far tonight. In fact, he hasn't. He gets a chance to put through his first for the night. And he does, comfortably. And the Tigers extend their lead now to 84. 12 goals, 12-84. They lead 10 goals, 9-69.
He's kicked plenty of goals for the Nightcliff Tigers. He's kicked plenty of goals for NT Thunder, Julian Lockwood. And I think that buffer now is going to be very difficult for the Darwin Buffaloes to claw back.
Well, The Tigers were told at three-quarter time by Troy Coates they've only lost one final term this season, and they questioned the fitness of Darwin. His players have responded. Troy Coates' players for the Tigers have responded in a big way.
It's all one-on-one footy at the moment across the ground. No spare players in either back line.
And we've got a square infringement by the looks of it. Whistle's gone. And there'll be a free kick to Nightcliff. Go to the ruckman, Patrick Taban. Too many players in. Taban just loads it up, kicks it long. Lockwood was the intended target. He gives Atkinson a bit of a shove in the back, and will get a free kick, will Atkinson.
Certainly a bit of sting taken out of the game, and just the attack on the footy by Buffaloes at the moment is not existent.
Oh, Williams. Sorry, Jared.
No, that's fine.
Williams got so high just then on the. He might have come down with a nosebleed.
Well, something like that will spark it up. I was just talking about the sting being absent.
Hopefully we can get that back up on replay. He got some airtime. Roses. Just punched it down to himself, desperately trying to keep it in.
Certainly see the difference in body language from what we saw from Darwin Buffaloes early in the third quarter. Geez, they were up and about.
Really turned towards the end of that third term. Now there's a little bit more purpose and a lot more run in the Tigers' legs. Holds fits, fumbles it twice, can't pick it up. It dances through about 4 or 5 Darwin players. The handball, though, gets intercepted. It's bouncing. Jalen Clark sockers it off the ground. Bowles had a look at the man, couldn't quite. Well, don't know what Tony Bowles was just thinking then, because he had a bit of a sideways glance at Jalen Clark as he came through. Probably could have picked it up.
How's the footwork from
What's this?
Holtfitz
Quick step, bang.
Just
Lovely.
didn't quite hit the handball, but sensational agility.
Williams versus Taban. Anderson. Burrowing under was Paul Campbell. Matty Campbell can't pick it up. They try and get it away. Dragged off the ball. And a free kick's been found.
Yeah, I think a bit unlucky, Emery, not to be awarded the free kick for holding the ball.
Ankin Abbott sends it into full forward. 2-on-1. At the back is Clark. Hurried. Handball. Ash Cossack is there. And a socket off the ground. It's through for a point.
Collinson not quite getting it through the big sticks. Again, another player going down and stretch his calves.
The winner of tonight's game will actually be awarded the Ty Bonson Trophy. The two clubs play off against each other for the Ty Bonson Trophy every year.
Been an absolute ripper of a game. I think a lot of people would have expected Nightcliff to dominate this, but they've certainly been pushed and made to work. I think both clubs, regardless of the result, come out of the hit out with a lot of positives.
I think so, and both sides also know that they get 5 or 6 players back next week, which makes them stronger. As Farrell Nelson, who's been creative in this quarter, gets a mark, gives it off to Mummery, but the play on was called. Taban tries to bring it down and keep it in, and he does. He's got a chance here. Taban, he balks, can't get away, then grabbed Hagan, but took him high. And Darwin will get a relieving free kick. Bradley Stokes. Hines Paul Campbell. Joey Collinson. He really doesn't have a lot to kick to at this point, so he goes up over the top. He finds Ankin Abbott, who runs around his man on the mark and then has a bounce. It's awkward, but he gets it back in the end. Short passes to Erlitzson.
They're plenty of football, Erlitzson, and with opportunities to kick a few goals next to his name. See if he can get one for the Buffs and get them back going.
Much needed goal. They need one.
Looks pretty good.
Well, Alex Erlitzson, he's missed a couple. He's missed a couple tonight. He probably should have got. He just got one of the tougher ones. And Darwin get one back, but they still trail Nightcliff. 12 goals, 12.84 at the 16-minute mark to 11 goals, 10.76.
Erlitson's second goal.
Well, backed himself. Did Abbott?
Good skills. Not to just blaze away and bomb it into the square, using your free teammate. Erlitzson didn't let him down. Now, Darwin Buffaloes, if they lose this game, they leave the door open for Waratahs, and it's a big task for Waratahs to actually knock off St Mary's tomorrow. But if Darwin Buffaloes lose this game and Waratahs beat St Mary's tomorrow, Waratahs will actually jump Darwin Buffaloes into the finals. So that's the scenario. Buffaloes can have control of their fate if they win tonight.
Bilo clearing out to Bricknell. Matty Bricknell. Holds Fitz, has a look, plays on quickly. He's got Lockwood leading. Well, that was a daisy cutter pass, and a sliding Julian Lockwood took that on his chest.
Yeah, no opportunity for the defender to impact that possession or that attack on the football. Lockwood, he's kicked one this quarter. Basically from the opposite side of the field.
Yep.
Another opportunity.
He's about 15 or 20 metres closer than the first one he got this quarter, but he'd be wanting to get his eye. Now that he's had that one, he'd be wanting to get it in, and just off to the right. Hagan restarts. Finds Erlitzson. He's got a lot of space, but no options further up the field, so he's got to kick to a contest. It's Chris Williams versus Kyle Emery. A little bit of holding and shoving. Coco Nicky comes in to help out. On to Cossack. Erlitzson chops it off and then plays on quickly and gets a kick away. Finds Damien Williams. Williams swings and goes forward looking for Matty Campbell, who got pushed out, let go. Play on's the call, but Sambono's at the back. He loves these. Sambono keeps it in. He's got 2-3 to beat and can't do it. The ball will be thrown in. That's 6 metres around from the point post.
Yeah, he normally swoops on those kind of opportunities, doesn't he? And perfect side for a left footer. But Alex Erlitzson in defence, great mark. Up high, highest point. Doing it with ease.
Peter, they really need to score in the next minute or two, don't they, Darwin?
Oh, certainly. They're certainly winnable for them, but they've just got to convert what few opportunities they might get in this last 4 or 5 minutes.
So they've managed to keep it in their forward 50. They've just gone a bit further around from the goal. Roses was the one.
These dying minutes, it's players like Matthew Campbell, Damien Williams,
Sambono,
they need to look to find that spark, because if they get a bit of energy through
Anderson
a sneaky
off
goal,
the ground. And it hits the point post. But it's something like that, generating something
Correct.
like that, Jared, that will actually spark them.
Correct, and they just need that one player to make it happen. Not through lack of trying.
No, he's tried to take it out of the ruck. Then they've kept it in there. They have. This will be now the fourth boundary throw in inside that 50 within 20 metres of goal. Good field position. Really good field position. They need a score. We're into time on. 85 plays 76. Emery in the ruck. Taps it down. It's going to get bottled up.
Into time on.
We're into time on, Peter, and they really need to score, don't they? I mean, they've kept it in there. They've done all the hard work. Sock it out. Erlitzen sends it in.
And Bono in front.
And Sam Bono in front, and that is exactly what we were talking about. Don't know why he's clutching at his leg, but...
So he's a left footer.
Well, very, very important kick on goal. He's pretty good at finding the mark and finding the spot, Jared. This really shouldn't be a problem to him, but I don't want to give him the kiss of death.
No, well, if he kicks it, they're back in this. Oh, he's hit the post.
Well, should have said nothing.
And it's a reprieve for Nightcliff, because now they get basically a free kick from the back line to clear the 50.
Yep.
Where the last minute and a half, it was just going side to side, ball up, boundary thrown, ball up, boundary thrown. Now gives Nightcliff a clearing kick.
Looks like they're going to bring Gilhouse back on for this last 2 or 3 minutes, walking into the interchange.
It's a long clearing kick after he played onto himself. Cossack dragged off the ball, now socket off the ground. Atkinson done his best to contain Julian Lockwood. It comes to Sam Bono. Just fumbled it. It's about 60 metres around from goal. 85 plays 77. 22 minutes gone. Final term. Comes out to Roses. Quick kick. A diving Matthew Campbell can't get his fingertips on it. It's cleaned up by Danny Bowles. Bowles finds Farrell Nelson. Back inboard. Baden Alkin. Sontag dragged down as he kicked. Play on's the call. Filipponi, one of the goal scorers tonight. Cleaned up by Collinson, then to Moroney. They work a triangle and get out of trouble. Fingertips, Chris Williams can't grab it. Under pressure is Emery, taken high. Play on's the call. Just asking the question. And a free kick has gone to Sontag. Nelson Sontag, first gamer.
For a high tackle.
For a high tackle. Now Nalkin finds himself in space. And he goes backward.
That's all they have to do at the moment, just play
keep possession.
off.
Yep. 23 and a half minutes gone. 11-11-77, plays 12-13-85. The Tigers in front. Ash Duncan beats his man, keeps his feet, picks out Coco Nicky, who plays on quickly. Wants it inside that 50 metres. Farrell Nelson watches it over the top of his head. Running out is Erlitzen. Back to Atkinson. Stokes, Bradley Stokes. Oh, Bricknell's just come on, so has Ryan Mew. Patrick White. Gilhouse presents himself, punched away from him. Farrell Nelson tried to soccer it out of the ground, off the ground. And the ball will be thrown up.
The Nightcliff Tigers just chewing up all the energy from Darwin Buffaloes by spreading the ball left to right, using the width of the field. And there it is.
Well, there we have it. Round 18. The end of the home and away season for these two clubs. They both have finals next week, subject to the result with St Mary's and Waratahs for the Darwin Football Club. Otherwise, it's Nightcliff. 12 goals, 13, 88, 85. Plays 11-11. Darwin 77. And there we have it, the final siren in round 18. Nightcliff versus Darwin. The Tigers run out winners, 12 goals, 13.85 to Darwin's 11.11.77.
Everybody, I'd just like to, the president of Darwin Buffaloes and myself are coming out here to hand over the shield, and then we'll both talk about the there you go. Okay, sorry for the whole lot, we're just getting it sorted down. I'd just like to mention that I think that the game itself was pretty close, and Buffaloes, I mean, we've got a lot of young players out here, guys and their guys together. So it's a tribute to those guys. Fellas, give these guys a hand for the game, please. Thank you. And, Pat, I'd just like to present the medal that we choose for your best on ground for the night to your player, and that will be Adam Sandona, if Adam's here.
And the Buffaloes' best player chosen for the Nightcliff team tonight was Liam Holt-Fitz. Well done, Liam.
Yeah, first off, thanks to Buffaloes today. You always been a good clash against us. Really enjoyed playing against you boys. Well done to Tigers. Look forward to next week and stuff, and training hard. And thank all you guys for coming out. Thank you. Thanks, Mitchie. Well done, mate. Yeah, we have a special. We've also got a football here. This is for the bombing of Darwin round, and not the umpires that were adjudicated, but the umpires that were observing have picked the best player on the ground in their opinion, and that's Brady Philo, the Nightcliff. Brad? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, I agree with Jeff. Good game tonight by both sides. We're all in the finals, hopefully, if things pan out over tomorrow's matches. So, congratulations, Nightcliff. Well done, our boys. I agree. We've looked at some junior talent there in both sides tonight. Future champion footballers of the Northern Territory Football League. And especially tonight, this memorial shield that we played for tonight, the Type 1, great footballers and a long history of both sides of the family that have had long affiliations with the Northern Territory Football League here. And it's great and it's a privilege to play Nightcliff on an annual basis for this particular shield. And I congratulate Nightcliff on winning the shield tonight. So well done, guys. Let's call up the Captain Nightcliff, to accept this award. Presented by Leonard Bonson Stokes. Oh, Leonard Bonson. Congratulations, Nightcliff. Well done. You might want to say something? Tony?
Firstly, thanks to Darwin tonight. Put up a great fight. Really impressed with the way you guys attack the footy. It's sensational. So good job and good luck for next week. To our boys, great effort. We had a younger side in tonight. Boys really stood up. We challenged at half time and come out in the second half and played really good. Obviously, means a fair bit to play for a trophy, the TIO Bonson Award. So well done, boys, and we'll have this proud at the club for another year. Thanks, guys. Thanks, coaching. Just once again, thanks to everybody for turning out for this game, and obviously good luck playing over the finals, mate.